to First Touch. It is Monday, February 10th. Happy Black History Month. It is Dazarin, Roll Diz, and T-Bates here, and we are back here to recap everything that happened over the course of last weekend and a little bit more. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
I'm good, man. Good, man. Glad to be alive. Glad to wake up. Grateful for the day. It's time to get after it. We got a lot to talk about.
I'm always great. Me. Life's great. Listen, Super Bowl went just how I expected. It was wonderful. No longer a Mahomes fan. It's fine for me. I'm good. I'm content.
That
The
boring
Kansas City
Super
Chiefs,
Bowl, man.
they went down. What'd you say?
Boring
called it
Super
boring.
Bowl.
Boring Super Bowl? Okay, man, listen, we don't need your negativity, man. Listen, you should be happy you should be happy. It was in the dome, in the city of New Orleans, a great place to be.
Guess
And it was
that's why I should
absolutely-
be happy.
I mean, yeah, it was a great. It's a great.
I was just happy I saw a great Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl halftime show. That was it, man. That was the only exciting part of that Super Bowl, man.
You didn't tweet that yesterday, though. You said the Super Bowl halftime show was lame.
No, he said
No,
the Super Bowl
I said the
was
Super
lame.
Bowl was lame. You obviously need to go back and start reading
My
a
bad.
little bit
I didn't
more,
read.
buddy.
My bad. My apologies then. Listen. My apologies then. I'll have to go delete my tweet. I got my boy Velox on you quick, fast, and in a hurry too. But
Bro got emotional quick.
yeah, that's good. Yesterday, the halftime show was great, fantastic.
All right. Listen, and we got a lot to talk about, of course, over the course of the day. And, you know, we have a special guest joining us, and it's Wavepunk. Can we bring in Wavepunk? Wave, welcome to the show. We got your first touch, man.
Let's go, baby. I'm glad to be here. It's
he's
a
purple.
good day to be a Rocket League fan.
Yeah, I like the background. Oh, my God, he's got a lot of purple.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's kind of my favorite color. It's
Who would have thought?
You go to TCU, go TCU purple, go Frogs, and then you start working with Twitch. Oh wow, this is nice. The wardrobe just carries right over, and then that just compounds. So a lot of purple.
All right, well,
I think it's in purple as well.
listen, Wavepunk, we're going to get up and get loud, but it's not game day today, okay? It's not
That's
game day. It's
true.
first touch day.
We can be loud, but we can sit down while doing it. We don't have to get up right now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
No games happening right now.
Of course, if everyone missed it, which if you did, where were you? Worlds has been announced in France. The World Championship will take place in Lyon, and for that, we have a nice hype video for you. Let's check it out. I have a question. World Championship, we don't know where it is yet. Where would you want it to be?
I don't know, man. At least in France would be an amazing thing to witness. I feel like the French community is extremely. I mean, pretty much we deserve a world championship at this point. We've had so many winners. We have the biggest community in the game. It's time we bring it up pretty much.
Wow. Worlds in France. Wavepunk, you got to talk to me about how big this is.
Bro, it's really special to get to like be on the first touch show since that announcement, because like when the season one world championship happened, it was one of the most special experiences of my life, hands down. And as each consecutive world championship happened after that, I kept waiting for like which one's gonna be more special than season one. And after like season 4, all of us that were there for season 1 were like, oh yeah, so season 1's gonna be the most special for forever. Nothing's ever gonna beat season 1 just because it was the first, and it was like we didn't know what to expect. We came into every one after that with expectations. Season 1 was special. Then we had it in Fort Worth, Texas, 10 minutes from my childhood home. Got to bring my friends, got to show all the friends I'd made in esports, like the world I had grown up in, the world I had grown to love. And that was special in a way season 1 will never be special. Season 1 was special because it was the first. Texas was special because it's my home. And like, what an honor, what a blessing. So few people get the opportunity to like lead their show in their hometown. That was cool. And I was like, yep, nothing can beat that. And then they announced that we're doing Worlds in France. And the way the French community has shown up and completely changed the atmosphere with the ultras and the flags and the colors at the last few world championships, genuinely, France might be, it's hard to say more special, but special in a different way. It will genuinely, I think, be top 3 world championships of Rocket League of all time until we go back. It's going to be, I'm setting the bar on the ceiling, and for the first time, I actually think that bar might get met.
Bar on the ceiling. Base, you
Was the
agree?
bar not set on the ceiling? Was it not set on the ceiling for the first Fort Worth World Championship?
Fort Worth World Championship, no, because I was so anxious that like it wouldn't live up to the hype. That like it was the first World Championship back, but it was the first time we were doing it in Texas, and I was like, man, I really need my boys from down south to show up and like get loud. I need us all to get up and get loud because I've been talking about this so much. So I wasn't like there wasn't a confidence that it was going to be amazing, right? I was like, but what if it's not? And with France, I have absolutely zero doubt that they're going to show up, unless somehow the French teams don't qualify. Then that would be a disaster.
Well, the odds of that happening are basically no. So they're all at least 3 of them are going to be there. If not all of them.
Carmen Corps tried their best last season.
Yeah, they'll be there. They'll be there. I will say that this land, man, it's gonna be really special. The French community, they've been balling out. You saw how much it meant to them. Every single time any of them tweet, they all get 9 million likes. I mean, they just dominate. It's absolutely insane how much support has been just grown just organically as well. Got to shout out Rocket Baguette and all them boys working on that production and that show. You got to shout out Kameto and all the owners, CEOs of all the organizations, and it's just how they've just organically grown such a strong fan base for not only the orgs but also a strong fan base as well for Rocket League. Something that we Americans need to start figuring out. We need a game. We need to get our fan base back up. But they got it going on over there, and I will say that it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a spectacle, and I'm excited to see it.
I mean, Raul, I feel like we all got to watch this happen. You actually played against him. It's hard to like understate the value of KDOP to the French scene and like how he single-handedly, I feel like we were talking about this in the green room on the show last week. Like I feel like KDOP is single-handedly why France is the powerhouse they are right now. If I had to point to one person.
Yeah, I mean, K-Dop's influence is unmatched. It's unparalleled compared to. I mean, we have influences from North America, 100%, but France would not be the type of powerhouse that they are today without a K-Dop and without a not a Turbo, excuse me, without a Monkey Moon. Like these types of players, they come up and they just pivot the way for these young guns. Look like Vatir, like Zen, like these young guns who just start to make a name. They're such an inspiration to these players, and even globally, like across the world, I think players of that stature are just influential to no bounds. So the World Championship being in France is well deserving. It needed to be in France, I believe, and I think it's going to be incredible, like y'all said.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah,
there's kids' dads who don't know.
Yeah,
they don't know about KDOP.
Especially today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Today they don't. But back then, the level of impact that had was unbelievable. And it's going to be unbelievable, I think, to like, I'm with you, Wave, to see what this crowd looks like, to see what that environment looks like. It'll be something to remember for sure. We got a while before we get there, though. And we need to figure
No.
out
I got to say something, though. Before we transition, I got to say something. Guys, got to remind y'all, listen, there's been a lot of French fans. Y'all have gotten really excited. But listen, we got another storyline that's in play now. Cause it'll be some destiny if somehow, somewhere, an American team came over there and got the job done. I'm not saying that American team's gonna get the job done just yet.
Here we go.
But I'm just saying. I think Monkey Moon's got that special sauce. Yeah, y'all haven't played in y'all home soil yet. We gonna see if it makes a difference. And the last time the Americans marched over to France, it was in the Olympics. And Team USA, I'm talking men's basketball. Team USA played France in the finals. And that man named Stephen Curry, an American, took the French's soul and took it out of y'all's hearts. Y'all were out there cheering, and it didn't make a difference. And so all I'm saying is that there's precedent for Americans going over to France and getting the job done. But at the moment, it's going to be hype.
You're kind of onto something. The Rocket League gods in particular clearly have a sick sense of humor, sending G2, to every grand final last season, putting them in the finals in front of a North American crowd that wants to watch them win, letting them get 6-0 in game number 1, and then they'll throw it apart. Imagine, it would just be in their nature to have the French not win, Yeah,
I'm just saying, listen, either way, whether I get a Carmine Vitality, whether I get NRG versus Carmine or Vitality, add in the Gentleman's in there, they start getting hot. I'm just saying, it's going to be great. It's going to be great no matter what.
Well, what's the percentage chance of that happening?
NRG winning worlds. Hey man, I'm gonna let them keep their hopes alive, bro. Like I don't.
Wait, is the percentage that low?
I just don't. think
So
it's
team
gonna
that's
happen.
made every single grand finals. Actually, let's just get to them. Team that's made every single grand finals since they've been a team so far. It's low.
Look, they got a 50-50 chance. Either they win or they lose the grand finals.
I mean, they're there. So the
A
odds naturally have to be high.
50 chance.
The odds naturally
I
have to be high.
gotta kind
if
of
they're
see it
there.
happen. You know, I gotta.
You have to
boy.
see what
you
to see what happens.
know, see them
Oh,
make it
boy.
again in the World Championship. You know, it's a different year.
It's a different year, but some things still look the same. NRG continues their grand final streak. What is it now? It's 11? It's 11 grand finals in a row. NRG took down Ultimates 4-2 in the grand finals. Can we get the bracket, please? And NA Open 2 for the road to Birmingham. And it just felt like, Ultimates gave it their best shot. They were, I would say, one of the what the heck? This is not.
Ooh, it's Team X.
This also happened.
Yeah, that happened. Okay. All right, here we go. Ultimates
there we
took 2 games from NRG. That was the closest since playing Evo in that upper round 1 on Saturday. But it looked like NRG was full steam ahead at certain points in time in this series. I mean, Bates, what do you think about this NRG squad?
Man, I mean, listen, man. NRG squad once again just shows to the world that they just are constantly improving, and in my estimation, they're just the most fun team to watch. There is not a team like them in Rocket League, and there may never be a team like them in RLCS history. It's just exciting, and this series in particular against Ultimate in his grand final, you had FK throwing it back to his old RLCS 21-22 levels on the Octane, and he's staying on that Octane, and he was just dominant. How the heck did we get to Game 6? Anyways, listen, we don't have to worry about.
We're jumping around.
All right, we're jumping over the place. But the point I'm making is that the series was great, and the Ultimates played a solid series, man. It was solid, consistent, but NRG, just the plays that they can perform, and what it takes for even his Ultimates team to score to be able to beat them, was great. It was a great final series in NA. It was a great testament to how great NRG still is, and how they're even improving right now. And 2, I think it showed that Ultimates as well, they're improving at a rate that's really good. And they can play like this against NRG right now, and if they can continue to keep improving as we move on throughout the season, they should also be a contender at these majors as well.
Well, it seemed like you weren't necessarily a fan of the gameplay here in these finals. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I don't know what Bates is talking about. I think this was one of the most sloppiest series at the beginning of the series. I think it cleaned up over time throughout the duration of the series, but there was so many missed opportunities by the players of the caliber of players that we see on the field. So many missed opportunities, so many open net misses, open passes that should have been happening. Like, Ultimates could have played a way better team play game, in my opinion. It was a lot one-dimensional solo playing coming from Ultimates until they started to clean it up. Sad Jr. called a timeout, and they started to clean it up a little bit. I don't see, I mean, spectacular gameplay. You see some of these passes from Beast Mode sitting on the back wall from NRG, but I mean, they had some highlights. I still think it was a sloppy series at the beginning, cleaned up towards the end, most definitely, but I was not a big fan at the beginning of the series, for sure.
Yeah, I'd probably say I could definitely tell things were a little shaky towards that start. There were some missed opportunities. I remember this is one of those games too, especially where it did feel like, okay, things were, well, actually this one was really dominant. I want to say kind of game 3, that 7-minute OT.
That was a great game.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a great game. It was a great game. It was a great final. I'll say it's a great final.
You said the game 3 wasn't good. You said the game 3 wasn't a good Rocket League?
It's a great game for casual viewers who don't see what's going on. You know, they're kind of just looking at the play. It's really intense because both of the teams are kind of not capitalizing off of mistakes, and they're like missing on chances that they have. So it's a great game to watch. It's sloppy. It's a great game to watch, and you're just like anticipating at the edge of your seat who's gonna score the goal. So it was a great game to watch, but like for the caliber of players that are on the field, you expect some of these opportunities to be going in. So it's a sloppy game.
See, if you have this crazy takes.
How is that a crazy take?
You should come with evidence to back up your crazy asinine takes.
All you have to do is sit there and watch the game.
I
If
am
you watch
watching
the game, if you watch the game without a biased glasses, your biased glasses on, you can see that some of these goals should be happening. There's opportunities on the field that are just not
You can
capitalized
say
on
that about
by the
anything.
But bro, you have literally arguably the top 5 players in our region on the field at the same time, and they're missing open net opportunities. Like that speaks
When?
for itself. Game 3, there was a bunch of chances they missed.
And if they miss opening
Game 2,
opportunity,
there was a
it
bunch of
happens.
chances they missed.
People
And now,
miss
and
chances.
now it just happens. Now it just happens. I bet you go over to Europe, it doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen for Carmine Corp. They're gonna capitalize on those chances they're getting.
Oh my Lord. That was a clean set, man. That was great. Listen,
Hey man, we
that
watching
was
a different game. I guess.
Everybody, every series can always improve. Everybody can always improve
Yeah, here
each
we go,
individual
man.
series.
I
But to
agree
act
with
like
you.
that wasn't class Rocket League, man. The defense was on display.
That class, that was world class Rocket League right there.
That's Rocket League that can win a world championship, yes.
Hmm.
That's Rocket League that won
I
a
got a
major.
question for the group. NRG is in Europe. Are they in every single grand finals?
Whew.
Well, let's see. They play the Europeans, and they've been in every single grand final since they played them. So I would say yes.
Yeah, but they've only done that 2 times or
Yep,
3 times.
100%.
Which is pretty good. Not taking anything
100%.
away from them. Incredible. But to make it to 11 grand finals in a row in Europe, that's hard.
100%.
Mm.
Carmine made it to every grand final, and then they fell off at last year. And NRG was better, G2 at the time was better than Carmine. So if you take that, you would assume that G2 would then be in all those grand finals. And then G2 continued to make all the grand finals while the only team they lost were Genomates, who were playing well at that point, at that particular major, the Copenhagen major. I think they made a grand final maybe once or twice. So you once again have to assume that once again that G2 at the bare minimum might miss out maybe one, but probably would make those as well.
So you think NRG would have made 10 out of 11 grand finals in Europe?
They are the most consistent team in the world. You have not seen anything to contradict that statement. Now, if they're going to win every single one, that's a different conversation because they haven't won every single one. But they've been there every single time. Every opportunity in which they've had a full roster, and this includes Gamers A or whatever the heck that thing's called, they've always been there.
I need a fan like you.
Okay,
need
but
That's not a
like
fan.
you.
That's just facts.
I need
In the
somebody
grand
like you
finals,
in my
they've
corner,
lost
man.
to BDS and they lost to Gentlemates last season, right? And
Mhm.
if they're playing in Europe, you're going through either to make it to grand finals. Every event you're going through either Carmine Corps, Vitality, BDS, or Gentlemates, or maybe some other crazy team was popping off like 100% or something, right? And like in NA, we just expect them to win their semifinals because the people they're going up against are just not as good as that. I don't know. I feel like it is dense. It's very dense in Europe at the top.
Tell them, Liv. They don't understand the strength of schedule. Like they just don't get it. You just see
Strength
the
of schedule,
bracket.
man.
You just see the bracket, and you're not understanding. Like it's not the same caliber of teams that they have over there in Europe.
They'd have to take a quality loss at least once. That's all I'm saying.
I don't even know. What was the point of the hypothetical?
No,
But
it
I
is
want to
Jasper.
hear your opinion. If they go over to Europe, are they the same
What does that have to do
consistent
with
10,
what does that have
11
to do with,
team?
with the gameplay that you just said was bad?
Because they're gonna go over there to Europe and they're gonna struggle against those teams.
Oh, he's saying the way that they're playing right now is not good enough quality for when they go to Birmingham, and those mistakes are going to show.
And he said that 17 times last year. They ended up making a Copenhagen major final. He didn't expect them to do that. Then they ended up going to the London major final one day. He didn't expect them to do that. And then they ended up going all the way to the World Championship grand final. And if not for, because people were talking about the atomic miss, and that was a major moment. Masi shouldn't miss it. But honestly, they didn't even play their best set that time. So regardless, they made it to a final. Every single time this man has not said they're playing up to snuff. When are you just going to accept that maybe, just maybe, they're just that great? And also, you got to accept that everybody can't play picture perfect Rocket League.
I'm not
You play at the
expecting them to
highest
play
level.
picture perfect Rocket League, but there's open net misses that are happening, open
You act like
opportunities.
people don't miss open nets.
Okay, I mean, all right.
Are they robots? Are they
All right.
autonomous? Are they autonomous? Are they programmed to never make any mistakes?
No, they're supposed to be the best team in the world, right? The best team in the world.
And the point of the point is that the best can still make mistakes. And if the best do make mistakes, they have the ability and skill to then make up for that mistake. That's what makes somebody the best at a faster rate than somebody else. So when I make a mistake in Rocket League, it's gonna be punished. I'm nowhere near as good as them. But they'll be able to cover up that mistake. Mistakes happen all the time in Rocket League. You know this. It's the fastest game possible. People are moving Mach 9. You have to make a split-second decision at the snap of your fingers every single time you go for a ball. What are you talking about? You acting like it's free play.
It looks like it sometimes for sure.
Oh man. I feel like I'm in between two very, very strong parallels here. Because on one side, Base loves NRG so much he thinks they go over to EU or
I'm
whatever.
not even about the love. It's about the appreciation of greatness.
Right.
You gotta appreciate that.
Listen, I appreciate it. But on the other side, World, this is a hater. But on the other, like, and I feel like I'm in the middle because, like, I feel like we should appreciate this NRG team because the streak that they are on is incredible. I initially wrote on here, are they the best NA team of all time? Are they the best NA team? Are they the best team to come out of NA?
They got to win a world championship.
Even with this streak, if they continue this streak for the whole rest of the year?
Maybe they won about 14 majors and 14 majors total. I mean, you got C9, man. Don't disrespect the greats. You got NRG, the old NRG squads, man. You gotta get the job done.
Yeah.
That's
But
like
I'm
people calling Mahomes the GOAT right now. Mahomes just got whooped up 49-0, basically. No,
it felt
you gotta get the job done.
I'm just curious, Bates, because this is a genuine question. I don't have an angle on this because I don't actually know which side of this I fall on. A team that makes second every event or a team that wins the world championship one time. Which do you think is better?
Wait,
I'm
do
just
we
curious.
remember people who get it second or remember people who finish it first?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but if they make second every time for their whole career, right? You start to remember that.
Yeah,
I mean, we talk about G2.
Wait.
G2's never won.
G2's never won. You're right. They never
Yeah,
did.
they've gone three times, never won.
They never
We talk
handled
about
business. They never handled business. I mean, we talk about them because they're that great. They can get there, but they got to finish the job.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a reason people are not bringing up Mossy in the same conversation as Monkey Moon right now, even though Mossy's got all the accolades. He's missing the 2 world championships. Mossy's got all the same accolades. He's got the major championship. He's got 2 major championships. Monkey's only got 1. It don't matter, though. Mossy might have been in more grand finals. Yeah, it don't matter, though. The Monkey's got the 2 world championships. It's about the world championship. Come on now.
I'm with Bates on this one. I think Cloud9 right now, until NRG wins one, if they win this world championship, it's a real conversation. But right now, I think it's pretty cleanly in Cloud9's favor, especially given the DreamHack run they had.
That's okay. I respect that. I can agree with that for sure. Oh man, but I might bring up this point a little bit later with this logic that we've all agreed with here. Because sometimes I feel like some of the logic sometimes gets a little inconsistent when you talk about certain teams. But let's move on to talk about NA major preview. Who's in and who's out? The road to Birmingham becomes clearer. Let's take a look at the standings. Is it clear? It is for NRG. They are ahead of the pack. But for everybody else, it's a little close here. Ultimates at 15, Complexity at 14. If they play on pace, they should qualify for Birmingham. 9 Live sitting at 12. Space Station Gaming, who did not play in this last Open 2, they are at 10. They're tied with Team Evo at 10. Royals Team Deleted is at 8. And Rebellion at 7 points. I'm reading the point totals, but they are sitting 8 in the standings there. And then fall off there. You see Junji at 5. Wavepunk, does the road to Birmingham look clear to you based on the standings?
I think that 4th spot is maybe up for grabs, but I don't know. Like after watching 2 North American events here, I kind of feel like the top 4 teams are the best teams. Space Station was like an incredible run. Like not taking anything away from them. That first Open was a miraculous event from them. They did such a good job. They earned that grand final spot. But this is sort of what we've seen from this roster last season. Like they'd have like a moment of peaking, and we'd be like really hot on them, and then it would just like slowly trickle off as the season went on there. And again, I sort of think you swap the logos on 9 Lives and Space Station, and you have everyone's like, oh yeah, this is great. You just like the Chicago Hawks and Kofor, if they were playing for Space Station Gaming, we'd be talking about them the way we're talking about this Space Station game. I think a lot of people put a lot of weight on the brand there because Space Station SSG has been such a legendary brand in NA Rocket League for so long. And so I sort of feel like you just put new jerseys on the same kids from last year, and they're getting better, not taking anything away from them, and they could really prove me wrong here in the third open. But if it's me right now, and if I had to pick the 4 strongest teams, I'm sending the top 4 right now.
Yeah, I think I can't count. I still would probably have SSG squeaking out there. I would probably put SSG over 9 Lives in that position, to be honest.
Can we throw back up the standings so people can visualize?
Yeah.
They know what we look like.
I think for me, SSG on that Sunday, they got something got into their heads a little bit. Probably after that loss to Lotus, A got into their heads. They couldn't translate after that. But I think that's just a lesson learned, and I think they'll show it next time around. That's my guess there for that team, because they do have a lot of strong potential, but they are young, and sometimes things happen that they're not necessarily used to. So I would probably still put SSG in that 4th spot. But the top 3, I agree with.
I say it's gotten clearer. You know why? Because you have a team that's qualified. So by definition,
that's true. Objectively,
it's gotten clear.
Less spots open.
That's about to go on. NRG 30. I will say, I do think that Ultimates are second best team. And then Complexity keeps losing to the Ultimates or NRG. So it's hard not to rank them at 3. But in saying that, though, they don't really, when they lose, they don't really look that convincing. But I don't know if that's, actually, no, I think they might have pushed Ultimates to game 7. So I can't say that. So let me take back that for you. So I'll say Complexity. I think those are the top 3 teams. And that 4th spot, 9 Lives keeps making it. They got sauce. I think Kofor's been balling out in special moments. SSG got the mechanics, though. And I think a couple other teams underneath even them, I think, can't compete at that level. It just takes a couple bounces going away that like delete it. Bro, your squad went to game 7, right? Didn't they?
Yeah.
Game 7 against
Rebellion.
Against Rebellion, yeah. And then
a great series.
Yeah, like that. You see deleted balling out. Rebellion clutched up, had some kickoffs go their way, and then deleted ends up bowing out. But I think like both of those squads are quality enough to be in the 4th spot as well. So I think like those top 3, I would say, are the best teams. But with the way the points are right now, I still think that all it takes is winning 2 big matches in qual number 3, and then that top 4 is going to change up.
I mean,
you're not gonna mention Evo?
No, I was about to bring up Evo. I feel like
Team Evo, yeah, they're good too.
They're like the wild card that I feel like really could throw this off.
Hold on, Wave. This man want to brush by that like he didn't disregard them last time we talked about him.
Oh, okay.
Did I disregard them?
Did he not?
Am I
misremembering? Am I misremembering, bro?
Maybe they weren't just on my mind. They weren't on my mind just 2 seconds ago.
You were like, why do you have them up there? I'm like, because they EU and they play a better game than us. And you're like,
where?
Hey, here we go. It's EU propaganda. Who they play? We go over who they play. And you're like, man, they lose to this team, man. There's nothing to watch about. Like, I don't know what role this is. You wanna put some respect on their name?
I mean,
listen,
that does sound accurate.
Speed the champion, a land champion. Wave's been to multiple world championship, and Arju been to a world championship?
Nah,
I don't think he has, but I mean, he's been up there in EU. So I mean, you got 3 great players relative to what a pro player is. They're all great players in their own right. So you expect them to perform. Now, am I going to actively...
You did it. You did it.
What do you mean? I said they're a top 8 team in the region.
I don't think you expected them top 4. And don't lie.
No. I don't expect them to be top 4. And also, just biasly, I don't want them to be top 4. I don't want to be top 4. I don't want to be top 4.
Goes.
Listen,
at least you admit it, man.
Stick to the education. Stick to the education. And make a little bit of moolah on the side point or LCS. But other than that, stay away. Stay away. We don't need you here. Listen, NA needs less teams. Listen, I can make a whole thing about complexity as well. We need more Americans, more Canadians, and more people from Mexico out here representing North America.
Is this not scary to you then? I think you should be scared.
How am I scared?
Uh-oh.
If a team like Evo's making it top 4, then this opens the door.
Opens the door for what?
For more imports. They're like looking at who's making it top 4 in North America, and
Guys, you don't realize we've rigged the system here in North America. Okay, if people move to America to try and qualify, we are the melting pot of the world. They're then American. Okay, listen,
No.
we get to claim that. That's how.
No.
That's what the whole country was built on this
No,
idea, mates.
no.
They're Americans now.
No.
No, Wave.
Yes,
no.
sir.
No,
No.
it's not how that works anywhere in the world. That's not how it works in APAC. It's not how it works in SSA. No.
Yeah, no, we're America.
Stop it.
They're coming on a boat past the Statue of Liberty. I'm pretty sure that's how Team Evil got into America.
That's crazy.
They didn't come on no freaking boat. They came on a plane. Stop playing around. I'm playing. Listen, I'll say if I did say Evo wasn't top 4, then I was wrong about that. But I still don't want it to be top 4. But they have the skill to be a top 4 team. Yes, they could be the 4th team represented. Bro,
They got a great attitude. They clearly are like enjoying their time here. I think they got that kind of impenetrable mental where they're not expecting themselves to make top 4, which makes it easier for them to make top 4. They're holding themselves to kind of a low standard, but not in a way of like we don't think we can play. They're like we're just having fun. It's chalked meta. And I think that genuinely makes them a threat here, where going into this final week, a team like Nine Lives got a lot of pressure. They're like, this is our career. This is our thing. We got to prove to their teams that we need an orgs. Like, they might feel that pressure in open number 3. Team Evo might not feel that pressure. And they're like, hey, we're just going home. This is great, you know? So I don't know. Watch out for them in open number 3.
I think I'm gonna lose my mind if Speed makes a major, man. They're through NA, bro. Like Speed, if you're watching, I love you. It's not a dig. It's not a dig, but it would be. I just know it would be hilarious, and just hearing the conversation online would give me a headache.
I mean, he went on chalk to say that EU's better, but it's not that big of a difference. So I just want to point that out.
I mean,
That's nice.
what? Like, we just say when's the last time Speed made a top 4 in EU?
No, the last time Speed made top 4 in EU was season 9 on Mouse Sports over almost 5 years ago. It's the
That's
longest
crazy.
gap between top 4s in RLCS history. D-Rex, pretty sure.
He came over to NA, does it in 2 regionals.
When's the last time you
Crazy.
played? When's the last time you played with related Wave and Arju?
What does that matter?
One of them was on that Mouse Sports team. I'm pretty sure.
I think it was Arju.
The teammates matter. The quality of teammates matter. Who were his teammates? Somebody
What
was
does
teammates.
that matter?
It does matter because Rocket League's a team game. You need teammates to get the job done.
But the collective of these players were not making top 4s in EU, man. They were not making top 4s.
Listen, man, ain't nobody
That's the
disputing that
point.
EU's got a solid
Oh, it
top 4,
wasn't.
man.
It was Cookser, Speed, and Scrub Killer. It's a pretty solid roster.
But when was that?
That was season 9.
Oh, yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was a very long time ago.
Oh, mouse roster was Cookser, Arju, and Speed.
I think they had Arju for the WSOE event, but for RLCS,
Oh, okay.
Scrub Killer was listed as on the roster. Oh no, and then it says no, but there was at least in a few events, Arju replaced Scrub Killer for like half the season actually. So in week 8 and then in the regional championship, Arju played. So at the end of the season, it was Arju.
I thought it was a lot of Speed and Cooks. That sounds more better, but either way, it's been a long time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the whole world has completely changed since then. It's actually kind of crazy that like we went through a Thanos snap and he's still making top 4s.
That's because he came over here with.
Yeah. It hurts.
This man, we're old, man. I don't know what you're trying to say about North America, man. Listen, if you want to go over there and get your
We're weaker,
European
bro.
visa, you can go over there and get it, man.
I'm just telling you what you need to hear, bro.
that Europe has better teams. Yes, I know this already.
No, they play a better ball, man.
They probably do play better ball, but don't worry. America's starting to realize that we can never be the best copycats. We got to be our best versions, and that's why we're going back to our natural card of Octane, and we're going to the Europeans play their natural card of Fennec.
Oh, that's gonna make all the difference right there. That's the one.
I mean, listen,
You
listen,
got
we
the
play
keys to
offense.
success, man.
We play offense. They play defense. That's what we do. They usually win.
Defense
Oh,
wins
gosh.
championships, man.
Mm,
You heard
yeah,
Jalen Hurts last night.
Yeah, it did yesterday.
It did yesterday too.
I know. Yeah, that should have been a team defense MVP, not a Jalen Hurts MVP. We don't need to get there though. Speaking of defense though, tomorrow, I know you got Twisted Minds coming up.
Yeah, Twisted Minds takes down Falcons in Game 7. Twisted Minds ends the streak. Went 7 in the grand finals, and Mina opened 2. And the Falcons, they've been flying high over Mina for a while, but now Twisted Minds, Rise, Atomic, and Whippo have clipped the wings. We take a look at some of the highlights here. Did you guys get a chance to watch any of this?
I caught a little bit of it as we were, we were on for Saturday. I went over, we were like talking about the schedule. I went over and checked. I was like, oh, Falcons, let's see. I'm looking at game 2 here. Oh my goodness, Falcons are killing Twisted Minds. Let me go look at how game 1 went. Oh, they killed them in game 1 too. All right, this series is over. And I mentally checked out. Big mistake.
He's a big mistake. Well, listen, Wave, we're about to find out why. I'm gonna be honest, I have not caught this series in its full duration either. So this is really my first time seeing it all the way. I will say that you got to give it up for this TM squad, man. Going up against this Falcons team, usually looked at in everybody's eyes as a top 5 team in the world, if not top 3, and you end up beating them in your second tournament. Yeah, I also shout out Coach Senzo as well. Senzo used to be on that old Samurai Gaming squad. And if you know how Samurai Gaming used to play back in the day, it used to be fluid. It used to be Senzo to Ahmed, Khaled sitting in the back, Senzo to Khaled. It used to be ball movement. Senzo has a great mind for the game. And then you got Finley, man. I mean, how many land finals has Finley been to? It doesn't matter what doesn't matter what team he's on, doesn't matter what region he's playing in, he's getting the job done. And that means something right there. This TM squad, man, they're gonna have 2 great squads coming out of MENA and in Birmingham, without a doubt. And both of them are gonna make a lot of noise.
Yeah, I'm looking at the scoreline too. Falcons just had complete domination in the first 2 games, and you see Twisted Minds just kind of bring it back here. I think even for Falcons, they probably this loss probably doesn't really hurt them that much, because now you're starting to see them get that stronger level of competition in their region, which I think is only going to help come major time.
You know what I'm noticing? Atomic and Rise are on the Fennec. They went over to the region and they were like, we gotta
they're
adapt
European.
real quick.
They're European.
No,
they're European and they're in MENA.
Come on, Rise was not on a Fennec, bro.
No, he
barely played it. He barely
played
played
something
it.
last night. He was starting to assimilate. He was moving away from his Octane. Listen, it's their natural car over there. I'm telling you, there's something in the water about this car over there. It's something about how they play, how the Europeans and MENA plays that naturally is inclined for the Fennec. And that's just how they ball, man. You got to respect it. You got to respect it.
Clears is the only one that has a decal on his face.
Exactly. They're all using the same car.
They all have the same cars with the same color.
Like, this is just how you do it, man. I don't know. They just love this car for some reason. I don't know what it's done.
Dude, Falcons loses this series? What are you talking about?
You sure do. You know what? I got a feeling on the other side. Look at this shot.
Yeah,
Bang.
dude, that's my boy.
Look at this. Khalil's up high. Oh, gosh. Khalil's up high. About 1. Skip to my loop. By 2. Look where Waz getting there quick. It's 1-1 tied up. How did TM take the lead? Well, no. It seems like they're about to go down. Oh, no, they're not. How loud. Whippo. Bang. Oh, that's it. Wow.
What's the defense doing?
This is in, huh? Where's the defense right there, Ro? You want to get mad about that one? It's not a clean series. It should never be a goal.
I mean, it shouldn't have been a goal.
Oh, should that be a goal too?
Not really.
No, not really. Everybody needs to play Prairie Rock League.
I just wanted to say that when you two impersonate each other, you make the exact same impression.
Nah, but it's like the inflection, because Bates is a little bit higher, or Rolls a little lower.
Yeah.
Should that be a goal too, Roll? I'm just asking.
Dude,
I want to know what a good goal is. Bro. Tell me what a good goal is.
These are great goals. They're capitalizing off mistakes.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't need no definitions. No, Tommy, that's a good touch right there. The Whippo. I mean, this is a nice, good game from both these squads. I think Clear's actually put on a different decal, though, since we're talking about different decals. Philly changed up his car, too. Look at that. And look at that speed right there.
Beautiful.
Somebody rotated back terribly right there. Who was that? Oh, that's a good first. That's a lot of space, bro. Should that much space be given?
No. I mean, obviously not. He's getting scored on. He's getting scored on.
Oh. All right,
that's
nice.
That's clean.
That's a nice shot as well. And then game 7. Oh, Finley. Fake out. Bump. Oh, it's double bump.
Oh, the demos.
There's demo on the back line. That's what you need. Hey, Falcons, slow wheels to get demoed. You can't eat. You got to have your head on a swivel. That's a good shot right there as well. I mean, it looks like it's a clean series, man, back and forth. But it looks like TM really was matching them every step of the way, man. And then they took that momentum, coming back 3-1 down, and they never looked back.
Yeah. I learned a couple things.
Had 1.7 goals per game in this series.
Sheesh.
He absolutely popped off.
Yeah. This is a good series, man. It's a good series. And it really just shows that, listen, let Finley and Atomic come on over. Adam and Napo, and you get some results. And they're looking good. They're looking really good at the moment. They can play Falcons again tight because this is the second time they beat the Falcons now already this season. They beat them one time on this new format confuses me a little bit, but whatever that thing is called, where like they played early in the bracket on the first day. I don't know the technical name of it, to be honest with you. But
the Swiss or whatever.
I don't know what it is. And so they played then, and TM beat them, I believe, in game 5, and then TM lost to them, and now TM's beating them again.
Well, does the Falcons stocks change after this loss?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have to change. They 100% have to change. Like, Twisted Mind comes over there, and they looking like a team that is competing at the top, of course. Like, they just won, so, and they beaten them before, so the stocks got to change.
Interesting.
Falcons better than NRG?
I don't think I put them over Energy this time.
NRG
lost.
surpasses Falcons finally enrolled in the rankings. That means that's a go. Well, listen, when we get to FT top 10, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what exactly you got cooked up now. What you cooked up. That's a difference. That's a difference right there. I will say that much. Hey,
That's
listen.
big.
Just going off of Wave. Wait, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Wave? You always asking all the questions. What are your thoughts on a TM squad that can beat Falcons?
I'm excited about it. I think I would put them slightly over Falcons right now. I think Falcons have been pretty consistent in one spot. And I'm just going to say, like, Rise, to me, I got a soft spot for him. I think in the, 8 years of Rocket League esports, I've never seen a player that I think that I would judge as having a better combination of skill and mental fortitude. That dude is impenetrable mentally. Like, nothing shakes him. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is more valuable than being able to flip reset like consistently. Like, he's
100%.
so strong. So I think that's the reason they're just going to get stronger. Apparently he was playing on 100+ ping in that match. To bounce back after losing those 2 games the way that they did against the Falcons is going to feel completely comfortable and in their element. Yeah, I get this slight edge to Twisted Minds.
But I didn't even know that he was playing on 100+.
That's what chat was saying.
That's incredible, actually.
He was.
That's impressive.
He tweeted out and said he still got the dub anyways. Come on now. That's what Finn does, man. He's just a winner, bro. I should know this. Man. That man's a winner.
That's an impact, man.
What you think about Lamar?
Yeah, that's big. That's pretty big. I think that I'd have them pretty close, and we all know what Rice can do on land here as well. Yeah. I mean, I do think Falcons fell for me. I still keep their presence on land. I think that's still pretty big, but Twisted Minds went up for sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't even think we had them that high on their top 10 last time. What, they were like 8?
I think they were 8, but I don't think they're supposed to be 8. I think they're supposed to be 9. Somehow it errored or something. I think they were supposed to be about 9 or 10. And so,
man, I don't know if that's the case.
So they definitely moved up. Definitely moved up. We'll have to see.
Gentlemen, we hit them at 7.
Yeah, but it was an error.
Okay.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
right. Yeah. That graphic was a little messed up. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at OCE. And remember, we did our predictions, guys, for all of the events. And OCE was the only one where we both were wrong. Scrim's World took down Wildcard in the semis. Chiefs lost to TSM in the semis. And then Scrim's World ended up winning in the final. What does this do for the standings? Because we still need to figure out, which teams are going to represent OCE come Birmingham time. Can we pull up the rankings, please? I think Wildcard is still at number 1, but Scrim's World got a big bump in points. Yeah, there it is. They're sitting at 20, right above Chiefs, who are tied with TSM for 17. And I believe you see Prodigy at 7. That's the line. Any team under Prodigy is not qualifying. Like, they're officially eliminated from contention to the major here. So, I mean, what World is? What are we thinking? How are we feeling about this?
I mean, I'm surprised, but then I look at this roster. They got Caleb, Laxon, and Lunar with French coach, Adam Baguette. I think he might have brought something a little bit over from his mainland, you know, and gave a little sauce to these boys because I'm looking at the bracket right now, and they played wild card in the group stage. They beat them there too in a game 5. Go into the main bracket in the playoffs, and they beat them again in the game 7. I think they got the sauce, and I mean, I think a lot of people were surprised by this result, including myself. We might be looking at some different names come land time.
Were you surprised, Bates?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm like, what the heck? Where did these guys come from? Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. And now I got to really wake up at 4 a.m. to watch these guys play. I'm really invested in OC race to Birmingham now. Because now, can we pull up the standings again? Because now you look at the standings, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. Wild cards at 22, so they're not guaranteed. And the way OCE works is that theoretically, I guess now top 5. Now they're really the top 5 teams are all gonna be there at the end. This always team seems to always make it as well to at least that lower bracket quarterfinals. So they're all there. And if all it takes is one series, I mean, Wild card being beat out by 7, and then TSM being beaten 7 as well in that bracket by the Scrims World team, and you go to Open 1. I think the Scrims World team had a different name in Open 1. I think, what were they? I Love Strawby. That's what name they lost to TSM 4-1 in that one after going 3-0 initially. So it's really going to come down to who's just the best on that day. You got quality players on really all 5. I'll even count always 6 teams in OCE. And if it's gonna be that tight, you only got 2 spots, and that spot matters, especially for world championship. Especially for a world championship, if they want to go all the way over to Lyon, which I think everybody wants to go to Lyon for that world championship. So nobody's playing around. It's gonna be tight. I know they're gonna be buckling down, really locking in. Wild card's gonna have to step up once again, per usual. The Chief squad is still in it, even though they haven't been able to get the job done. TSM made all the way to the grand finals, just like Chiefs did, but they made it closer to winning. All I'll say is a couple of bounces of the ball, man. A couple of plays being made here and there, and then the OC top 2 could be the same right now. Could be Scrims World, could be Wild Card, or it could be completely different. You could have Chiefs, you could have Power, you could have TSM in there, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Remember when we had a conversation about top 8 at the LAN coming from an OCE team?
Yep, 2 top 8s.
I might okay, not 2 top 8s. That's crazy, but like I might change my mind on that 1 top 8. Like I think they could. They're getting more talented teams that are competing at the top now. So they're just iron sharpens iron. They're just playing against each other, and there's more comp coming up from OCE. I remember a time when we only had 1 to 2 teams that were like, all right, this team could be dangerous. There was 1 team at one time that could be dangerous, super dangerous, but like now there's an abundance of teams coming from OCE that are competing at the top. There's a lot of talent there now, and
They
it's
got a lot of
impressive
good
to see.
teams, man. A lot of good mechanics. A lot of good mechanics, a lot of speed.
I mean, if you're a fan of Rocket League, if I just list off these names: Fever, Torsos, Banana Head, Amphis, Super Lucky, Kaka, Hunter, Fiber, Raziers. Those are all players you've seen at LAN. I didn't even mention Scrims yet. So like they're the roster is definitely deepening for OCE as far as players good enough to make it to a world championship. Hopefully, in this iron sharpens iron sort of situation, they actually have it's not a situation where just one team's pub stomping and they actually can get slowly better. That's always been OCE's biggest problem is they're playing on a private server basically, and it's so far for them to practice against anybody else. So
we'll have to see. It'll be interesting. OCE, I think a lot of people are going to kind of tune in for that next Open 3 to see which team is going to make it through. But gentlemen, we've talked about teams around the world, but now it's time to rank the teams around the world. In the First Touch Top 10, here we go. This is Qualifier 2 edition. As we're nearing the end of the regional events, there's still one more for every region, but let's see who we got. Give me number 10. Complexity at 10. Okay. Number 9.
Game at number 10? Dignitas at number 9. Interesting. I feel like Dignitas could have been a little bit higher in my estimation. I think 9 might be disrespecting him a little too much, especially since I already know NIP's going to be on here. They beat that NIP squad in the last
beat Vitality too.
And they beat Vitality as well. I think Dignitas definitely could have been a little higher, but it's fine.
Number 8. Ultimates at 8.
I would personally move the Ultimates up. I think I had them at 8 last time. I did my Bates top 10. And I mean, even though Raul thinks the series is bad, I think the series was good. And I think that they really showed some promise right there. I would have probably moved them up at least to 7, moved them up at least 1.
Next one. NIP. Okay. What's a 6? Twisted Minds. Wow.
Oh, I can just give you a top 5 now.
Give me top 5. Go ahead.
5's gonna be Fury. 4's gonna be Falcons. 3's gonna be Vitality. 2's gonna be Energy. 1's gonna be Carmine.
Let them go.
Dang, it sounds like T-Base made the list. All right, cool.
I did.
We know how the list was made, chat.
I mean, no, these are just universal. If you're basing it off of what you're seeing and what these teams can do on the field, and then you would know the top 5. The top 5 is basically guaranteed. That should be your top 5. Any other top 5, in my estimation, is wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah, this is your list. We know that.
This isn't my list.
list.
This is my list. I would want my list. I would have had. What I have? I had. Where is it? What I do? I put it somewhere. Hello. I had Ultimates at 7 and Dig at 8, and I had NIP at 9.
No, that's your top 5.
No, I was talking about 7, 8, and 9. Everything else is the same. My 6 up. Yeah, that was my top 5. Top 6.
Wait, you had NIP at 9?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, so how are they where they were? I had them at 8. Where you have them, Des?
7.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it all averages out or something. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why we need to look at it prior to. Regardless. I mean, those are also those same spots. But that top 6, I think is pretty good. No, I'll say top 5 is great. What do you think, Wave? What would be your top 10?
Oh, I sent my top 10 over to the producer, so we can look at it. If we're to go one by one. Oh goodness. Okay.
All right.
Wait, be careful what you say.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Number 10, Team Secret.
Ow.
Give some love to this.
Go ahead.
Give some love.
Okay.
It's the number 10 spot. You can put a lot of teams in here. I'm going to give the nod to South America. They've been looking strong. They've been stepping up year by year. We'll give it Team Secret on that one. Number 9, Ninja Pajamas. They're looking strong too. We all kind of got them in the same area down there. I've got a few teams I'm going to put maybe a little higher than them. Number 8, Ultimates as a roster. Kind of got them low. FK as a player, much higher on like top 10 players in the world list. But Ultimates as a team so far, maybe not gelling right now for me. Number 7, go Dignitas. Making one top grand finals, great stuff. Make a second one, I'll skyrocket you here. But got to show me you can do it twice. Number 6, love Furia, love South America, but I don't. There's too many good teams right now for me to put them in the top 5.
Oh, he's moved Furia down to 6.
Number 5.
Whoa.
Vitality at 5. So wait.
What are you doing, buddy?
All right,
hold
so
on,
Vitality
bro.
at 5.
I'll say that given the conversation we just had, this is a little. I would swap right now, just off of what you guys talked about in your top 5. I think I would swap number 5 and number 4 right now for me. Vitality. I'm not gonna. I think it's maybe a bit harsh to drop them all the way to 5 just for one bad weekend from Monkey Moon after like 3 years of consistency. So yeah, we'll put Falcons at number 5 here.
Oh my gosh.
Which puts
Where's
Vitality
Twisted
number 4.
Minds at, bro?
He just switched
Twisted
that.
Minds is 3?
We're gonna put Falcons at number 4.
I mean, Vitality number 4.
Yeah, excuse me, Vitality number 4. There we go. And then yes, Twisted Minds at 3. I'm saying if I'm picking one team right now, it's a soft spot for me. But I think Rise, Atomic, and Nalpo are going to do good stuff over there. I got Energy at number 2. Got Karmine Core at number 1.
Oh, okay.
Twisted Minds top 3. Hey, that's a lot of love.
No, that's just blasphemous. That's not
That's a
not
lot
just
of
love. That's
love.
blasphemous.
100 ping, dropping the first 2 games by 6+ goals, coming back and win it in Game 7. I'm trying to understand how you guys are putting Falcons over Twisted Minds after that sort of result.
Because I got to see it again. It's about consistency.
It's been pretty consistent.
The Falcons have been pretty consistent.
They have been. This is a notable drop. I'm excited to see Twisted Minds moving forward. I give them some love.
Okay. He's got them Twisted Minds all the way up there with the best of them, he says. He says Twisted Minds right now better than Falcons. better than Vitality, better than Furia. So if you had to go right now, We're in Birmingham at the desk.
Yep.
Twisted Minds versus Vitality. You're picking Twisted Minds.
Yeah. After what we just saw from Monkey
Without
Moon,
question?
absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Right now,
Wow.
we're going right now. Yeah, I'm picking Twisted Minds right now.
Wow.
After
Even-
3 days of competition in Birmingham, I don't know. Maybe we'll be different. We'll have seen some different gameplay.
No.
But right now,
Say they play on day one.
Okay.
Say they play on day one.
Okay.
They play on day
Yeah.
one in Birmingham.
He
Yeah.
said that's gonna change on day 2.
we'll see. They'll have more Rocket League play.
Sometimes that happens.
So
Okay,
power
that's
ranking
what
gonna
I'm
change on
saying.
day 2.
Vitality greater than Twisted Minds. What does that mean? What does that
It means Monkey Moon had a really bad weekend. And look, I mean, the aura he put on Twitter was something, but you do have to back it up. We'll see. At some point in history, we've had a team that was the best. Every best team in the world has at some point started losing. Is this that moment for Vitality? We got to wait and see.
Oh my God, he's calling them going to start losing right now. Maybe they will. Maybe they lose every single major wave and then they come out and they win the world championship again.
Isn't
That's
that
all
crazy,
that's
man, that could happen? I hate that.
Yep.
Come on.
Listen, it's all about getting the job done. It's about making it to the party, so then you have the opportunity to win it.
You
That's all
realize that
that
BDS has done that both world championships they've won? They've like come in on a losing streak and we've been like, yeah, we're not even talking about them anymore.
Well,
like they
well-
literally had gone like they had gotten
Well, not
like,
the first one.
No, the first one, like coming in from London, they got perfect swept out of London. Remember?
Yeah, but that was but then that's just because people freak out too much. That was listen, they lost one time. They
How do
just
you freak
won.
out getting perfect
lost-
swept?
They lost
At
three.
a
They got
major.
perfect by like
Did they get perfect
KCP.
swept? Was it a perfect sweep or did they just swept twice?
They were like 0-9. They were like on 0-9
Yeah, I think they just
games
got
coming
swept
into
twice.
the World Championship.
Okay,
So
and
it was-
before that, they had been to every single European Grand Final. So, and they had won 2 of the 3. So, I mean,
No, because remember they lost in LA. We were like, oh, that was weird.
But then they
shouldn't
had
lose
a
in
Seiko.
LA. And then they showed up
And then
in
they lost.
London. We're like, all right, this will be good. And then they didn't win a game in London. And we were like,
no.
and then they won the World Championship.
Don't let me in with y'all. Because BDS was still the top 4 team in the world at that time. It was G2, it was
Here
Carmine,
we
and it was
go.
You was
BDS.
not
we
saying
go.
this, bro.
Yes, it
You were not
was.
saying
You
this,
can go
man.
back and roll the tape.
We need to.
We
We
need
need
to
to. Because I don't
roll
think
the
you
tape.
were
Go back
saying
and
this,
roll
man.
the
You were
tape.
just were not saying this,
You can go
man.
back and roll the tape, man. Because listen, I understand. It's about consistency, Wave. It's not about, listen, BDS had a bad moment right there. I will say last year, and they were definitely on the decline, and all of a sudden they increased. I don't know what happened. I don't know
It was
what happened.
crazy.
I don't know
It was
what
crazy.
type of magic they put on. But I will say, this top 10, Wave, yours is a little crazy. But it's good that you put your opinion out there. That is all that matters. NRG.
Hey, listen, I could have just copy pasted Johnny Boys and been boring, but that was fun.
Nobody wants to copy paste Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy's
Nobody
lists are
wants
always
to
a
do
little
that.
dull.
Chat,
A
if
little
you take
dull.
one thing away from this first touch show, don't just copy paste Johnny Boy. Okay.
That's crazy.
Love Johnny. Love Johnny.
That's
We
crazy.
did not pay him to say that or anything. That's
Wow.
insane.
What's insane about that? Listen,
This opinion endorsed by First Touch. They're
It's
gonna
not,
tweet
it's
Wait.
not endorsed. Be you.
it. Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Be you. Oh my god.
NRG top 2 in your list, roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
What,
What's the sure mean? Is it a yeah
the first
or
word
no?
felt good, and then the second word made me think it wasn't.
I say yeah or no. Who are your top 2 teams?
I have deleted in Carmine Corp. So
This man really is a Skip Bayless Rock League, man. Get us out of here tomorrow. I ain't got time for him. That's bait. That's bait, and I'm not falling for it. That's bait.
That's right.
what? They're number 1 in my heart, bro. Like what?
Don't
You
worry,
can't blame me for that.
The true unbiased will close this out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching First Touch today. We really appreciate all you guys showing up day in, day out to pull up on the show. A lot of people were in chat today. Big shout outs to everybody. I saw Leth, I saw Arsenal, and even more. Thank you guys for pulling up and being active in the chat. Again, if you guys want to be a part of the chat and you're watching this on a video, make sure to tune in on Mondays at 1 p.m. Eastern to catch us live. Wavepunk, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. We appreciate
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on, of course. And of course, thank you for everybody working hard behind the scenes to make this happen. We appreciate you all as well. That being said, First Touch will be back next week. We'll see you guys then. 1, 2, toodaloo. See ya.